Hi guys, my name is Miss Mayer. For those of you who do not know me, I have a t-shirt business that I started about 2 years ago, and it has grown tremendously, and your teachers have asked me to speak with you about some of the processes that I go through of how I get designs for t-shirts, how I make t-shirts, how I choose which color shirts and what color inks I put on t-shirts, and then how do I go about selling them, and then keeping track of how I collect money and also delivering the end product to my customers. So the first thing I'm going to tell you about is finding designs. How do I find a design? So a lot of times I use Google just like anyone else would do. So I like to research. So if, for example, if I am going to make a t-shirt about a cooking event that, I don't know, somebody asked me to do something for a cooking class that they're having. So I would kind of generically Google search shirt designs, and I might take bits and pieces from different shirts to merge them into making my own. One thing I don't do, I do not just copy someone else's work, because there's laws against that. You can't just take their things and sell them. But you can take bits and pieces and make it your own and put your own artistic abilities into there. There's different ways that you can design your own prints and what you want on your shirt. You can use like something as super simple as literally drawing it on a piece of paper and taking a picture of it and sending it to whoever's going to print it for you. Or you can design it on the computer. Personally, that's how I like to design mine. Honestly, I use a Google slide, like a blank Google slide a lot of times just to design things. Google Slides has a ton of different fonts and colors that you can use. And as for you all, I think that would probably be your best way to be able to design your own t-shirts. However, I think it's important though that you have a game plan of what you want to design. So sometimes I like to sketch it out first and then I go to the computer and I design. So the next part I'm going to talk about is picking what type of shirt you want to use and what kind of colors. And then also thinking about like your design whenever you're creating your design. So to begin with, when you create your design and you're in the designing process, you want to kind of have this in your mind that the more colors that you put into your design, like as far as what you're going to print, that is going to make your cost more for your shirt. So if you want your shirt to be super cheap because you're selling it for something and you want to make money off of it, you want to do simple colors. So usually a one color design is going to be your cheapest. Then you can do 2 colors, and then the next thing is a full color, and full color has 3 or more colors. So the more colors that you put in there, the more that they cost. And I will show you behind me. So this is the design that I have that is like a full color design, and it's really kind of thick. It's not very comfy for a person to wear. I have people that buy these, but they're not my favorite. I personally don't like to have that like big full, like you can kind of tell it's pretty stiff. Whereas if it's a single color design, like you can tell like it's pretty flexible, and it's pretty nice to wear because it's lightweight. So that's as far as like your designing and how that goes for your ink colors. So moving on to like your shirt style. There's many different shirt styles, and I'm going to show you a couple. So like one is like this is just a regular t-shirt, but this is a heathered t-shirt. So if your targeted group that you want to sell your shirts to, they're very adamant about like they wanted the soft shirts, you want a heathered color. A heathered color is also like a lighter color looking. So like this is like a heathered navy, even though it looks great. It's a heathered navy color. So that's a t-shirt. You can choose things like a sweatshirt. So this is a sweatshirt, so it's thicker. And it's not really the soft, it's just a regular, this is just a regular white shirt. So nothing fancy about that one. This is a long sleeve t-shirt. This is not a heathered color, so it is a little thicker. It's not as lightweight to wear. And then this last one that I'm going to show you, this is a baseball tee. So a baseball tee has like 2 different color options, and then they have like the shorter sleeves. I will say with the baseball tee, a lot of, if you're going to sell to guys, they don't like to wear these, but girls do usually. So now I want to kind of talk about like prices of how you find, or like with the shirts that you're picking out. So a baseball tee is going to be your most expensive thing. For me personally, they're about $8 to $9 for me to buy a baseball tee, just blank, without me putting any kind of design on it. A long sleeve t-shirt, that's pretty cheap, honestly. Usually if you're gonna go through like a big t-shirt shop, you can usually get like your design made and everything for about $9. And you can also get these in like the heathered look too, and the heathered look just makes them softer. So that kind of also depends on what you want. The crew neck sweatshirt, those are usually about $12 to $13, completely finished for each person. And then the short sleeve t-shirt is usually your cheapest, and it kind of changes on your price. Sometimes it's $3 to $7. It kind of depends on what your design is. So when you are thinking about what kind of shirt you want to offer, you want to make, and if you want to, or you're wanting to make money off of it, you want to make sure that you go the cheapest but the most liked route. Okay, so for the printing process, honestly for me, I don't do a lot of printing in actually here in my t-shirt shop. Some of the things that I do have a printer that I can do some things on, but not a lot. So basically I can kind of explain how it would work if you were in a big, like going to somewhere big, to get like a t-shirt, to an actual like real t-shirt shop that's like printing like hundreds of the same thing. So basically they make a design and they put it on a screen. So think about like a big giant like cardboard piece, about like that. And they'll put your design on there. They take the ink and they like take this big long wedge and they smear it over. So it prints your design onto your shirt, and it makes it super fast. So honestly, the longest part with that is drying it. So that's kind of how the printing process works. Honestly, I don't do a lot with that, so I'm not really comfortable with sharing exactly a lot with that to you all. The next part is communication and advertising. I have to be able to communicate with my customers that I'm selling to. I keep a Facebook page, and that's how I communicate with my customers. That's how I make my sales. A lot of things, customers want you to be straightforward with them. They want to know what they're getting up front. So if you're going to sell them a t-shirt and it's going to say Husky Pack Club on it, then they need to know that that's exactly what it's going to say. But a lot of people are also going to say, well, what brand is that shirt? How does that shirt fit me? Is this shirt going to shrink? Is this shirt going to hold up? Is it going to fall apart the first day that I wear it? So people want to know what they're buying up front. So a lot of times, like if I'm advertising and I'm having a shirt sell like through my Facebook group, that's how I do all my shop, is through Facebook. So I will advertise. I'll be like, all right, on Monday I'm gonna have a sale, and I'm gonna have $10 t-shirts on Monday. So make sure you come on, like log into Facebook at 6 o'clock. So that people like to know in advance of what is happening too. A lot of times too, if you have a short amount of time that you're gonna have your t-shirt sell, people won't buy stuff. Like you have to give people a little bit of time, because, you know, with money, people need to have the time to be able to get that money, you know, if they might have spent all their money on groceries and gas this week. So next week when they get paid, they can buy a shirt. So I would suggest having that availability of having multiple days for your t-shirt sale. And the next part is keeping track of payments and money. I use a Google spreadsheet for this. So basically what I do is I write down the customer's name, I write down what it is that they're ordering, what size, what style that they want, and then how much it's costing them. So I keep track of that, and then I color code it. So once I know that I have asked that customer for their money, I turn their name yellow. Once that customer has paid me, I turn their name green. Once I have created and made their order, I turn it blue. And then once that order is shipped out the door, it turns pink. So that is just a way that I have been able to keep up with how I know how many I need, and then how many, or like who is paid for what they're doing. Also, I color code whenever I order their items as well. So like if I have 10 people who's ordered baseball t-shirts that are with a blue sleeve or something, like whenever I go into my website and I order those, then I mark those off as well. So after I create their shirts, make the shirts, they're folded, I'm ready to send them out to my customers. So that is where the delivery comes from. So delivering, honestly, a lot of times I ship things directly. So my customers pay to ship their t-shirts to their houses. But that is also, I don't meet people a lot of times. However, if it's like a teacher at Foster Heights or someone who has a parent at Foster Heights, I will allow them to pick it up at Foster Heights, or I will deliver it to them. One of the things that I do is I always put it in like a little fancy bag. So that way, whenever I know that if I'm traveling from my house to school, for whatever reason, I don't spill my coffee on it, or I don't drop it on the ground and it gets all dirty. So that's how I keep it safe, to make sure that I know that this shirt is nice and safe for you, and how I want it to be delivered to the customer. A lot of times too, I like to put in like a little note, a little thank you note. And I also have like some little business cards just saying thanks for your business, and things like that. And people a lot of times will like pass those out to other people to let them know about what is happening, or where they got their shirt or whatnot. So I think that is all I have to say. If you have any questions, any concerns, anything that you want to ask me, feel free. You can email me, you can come down to my classroom, you can have your teachers ask me. But yeah, just let me know. I want to help you all in whatever it is that you may need. Thank you.